I do want to take this opportunity really to tell you, and I know you've spent 8 hours listening to conversation after conversation, about a new Beyond Borders initiative. I'm a firm believer that actually a new type of conversation has to happen on an international level. You can sit down there. On an international level. And I've come to believe that actually borderlands are extremely important places. They're important places because that's where cultures conflict, collide, often reconcile. And we had an experiment here about 6 years ago to see whether or not the Scottish borders could be a focus for international discussion, but also for us to be able to explore aspects of our own culture. And it was within that context that my very good friend David Marshall came to the festival. And as I think we know, he's at the United Nations, and he came back with an extraordinary idea. And when I was talking about whether or not Beyond Borders could possibly go, if Beyond Borders could possibly go elsewhere, we decided it could. And we are in discussions in places as far away as Adelaide, Westport, Sri Lanka, Capri. These are all areas that are away from the centers of power, that provide a space for people to come together to talk about zeitgeist issues around the world. But the most optimum place I think we found was due to David, and I'm going to ask him to speak a little bit, and that was Santa Fe. And we have the great pleasure of having people from Santa Fe, and particularly our partners, Creative Santa Fe, and I'm going to ask Bill, who is the founder of Creative Santa Fe, and then Cyndi, the executive director, to say a few words about our important initiative. But maybe, David, you can just take the story forward.
Thanks so much, Mark. It was about 2 years ago when I was here launching my book that may be in the book, the bookstore behind you, where I first made this connection between sort of a beautiful space, a rich history over conflict around land, around history, around language, in a beautiful space with a rich artistic community. And the clouds parted, the sun shone, amazingly enough, 2 years ago here. And I was sort of struck by, my God, Santa Fe, northern New Mexico, for those of you who know. Does anyone know Santa Fe, northern New Mexico? Fantastic. Wow. I was just so struck about the synergies. Santa Fe, obviously very different, particularly from the weather perspective, over 300 days a year of sun, not a cloud in the sky. Temperate, 70 degrees, no humidity, more or less. But the synergies around land and the conflict over land and language, if you know Santa Fe, is rich and powerful. But also its history of a deep artistic community. And obviously the beauty of the land, and particularly for me, the light. And it just struck me that conceptually, I can see us taking this discussion over really how we see the other, whether it's from a distance or at a more closer relationship. I thought it could work in Santa Fe. It seemed to me to be the right place. It wasn't replacing something else. It wasn't elbowing out something else in Santa Fe. I think there's nothing like this in Santa Fe. And I think that community would really live and cherish, I think, the successes that Mark has obviously established here and elsewhere. So the idea was taken to Santa Fe to Governor Bill Richardson, you may know, was a former U.S. ambassador to the UN, who I know through my death penalty work, and then others. So it's been sort of a conversation of a year and a half, almost a 2-year conversation with colleagues in Santa Fe, and we seem to have legs. And I'll pass those legs over to Cyndi and Bill.
Hi, I'm Bill Muller. I'm the chairman of Creative Santa Fe, which is the collaborating organization with Beyond Borders Scotland. First, I want to thank Mark and David. and really the entire Beyond Borders Scotland staff for inviting us over so that we had a chance to see how this festival was put together and to begin to formulate our own ideas about what might work in Santa Fe. So I'm very thankful for that. Unfortunately, our mayor, Javier Gonzales, intended to be here, as did another person some of you may have heard of, Valerie Plame Wilson, who is outed by the CIA, who lives in Santa Fe and is very close to what we're doing. So if we could, I wonder if you would run this clip from Javier. It's a very short clip of his reaction to the notion of bringing Beyond Borders to Santa Fe.
Hi everybody, my name is Javier Gonzales and I'm the mayor of the city of Santa Fe. I wanted to tell all of you how thankful I am and excited about the new partnership between Creative Santa Fe and Beyond Borders. What it means for the people of Santa Fe and the people of Scotland is the opportunity to engage in an international dialogue about current issues facing our global communities. But we're able to do it in cities that are world-renowned for art and culture and history and the people themselves. So I'm fully excited about welcoming the people of Scotland to Santa Fe in the near future. I know we have a delegation out there right now, and I certainly wish I was with them as they enjoy this Beyond Borders conference. I'm so excited about this new partnership between the Creative Santa Fe, Beyond Borders, Scotland, and the people of Santa Fe.
We're beginning to put our ideas together about what it would be in Santa Fe, and it's going to be different than it is here, but hopefully the meaningfulness and the themes will be familiar to those of you who I hope make the journey across to see us. I want to again thank Mark and David for engaging with Creative Santa Fe and giving us the confidence that we can collaborate with them and make something special. So with that, I'd like to introduce Cyndi Conn, who's the Executive Director of Creative Santa Fe, and she may add a few words, but I think most importantly, when the few words are over, let's all go out. We brought over from America a single malt that you may enjoy. And so out in the beer tent will be a single malt, and this doesn't portend what we might do in Santa Fe, but maybe it does.
We thought we'd bribe you all with whiskey at the very end of the afternoon because we know it's been a long one. And I think just for me, we're going to keep this brief because we've all been in a very long, amazing day. And again, thank you so much to Mark and David and Jenny and the team. But for us, one of the things that we really wanted to look at for the city of Santa Fe is how do we promote all of the unique assets that we have as a city. It's cultural, it's artistic, it is science, technology, a place that just 40 minutes away, the birthplace of the atomic bomb, and then we still have such a legacy that's complicated. It's Hispanic, it's Mexican, it's Native American, it's Anglo, we have more PhDs and scientists and diplomats and CEOs, and how do we leverage all of the assets we have to really shine a spotlight on our city and bring all the amazing people like who we've met over the past week to Santa Fe in an independent project. And so when we met the Beyond Borders team, it was just an extraordinary synergy of talent, of interest, and of intention that we feel like this is the first step in really creating a partnership with Beyond Borders, with Scotland, and it's a first step for Creative Santa Fe to really showcase the assets we have in our city and state in a really new way. So I'll keep it that short. I do want to introduce the rest of our team. I hope you'll get a chance to speak with all of us one-on-one, learn more about where we're going, if you have ideas, input, anything like that. But we have Yuki Murata, he is not part of our team. Attention hound. Yuki Murata is our Director of Design and Program. Joel Barber is also on our board. And Joan Abramson is a dear friend of Creative Santa Fe and really has helped us this entire week in thinking through what we can do and how we might do it. So please talk to all of us, learn more about this project, and help us shape it in October of 2017 And please, as our mayor said, we look forward to having all of you guys out to be a part of the event. And so on to whiskey tasting.
Just very quickly, we're going to go out now. There is gin tasting with Geraldine Coates, which will be in the cafe, and then we have, of course, the wonderful Santa Fe whiskey tasting as well. But you have the opportunity, and I want you to take it if you possibly can, to speak to the Santa Fe team about what you think works and does not work about Beyond Borders, and what you think might travel to somewhere like Santa Fe. It is a conversation, and they want to try and get the best possible ideas. One last thing, I remember once when I suggested setting up something like Beyond Borders during the period of the Edinburgh Book Festival, and Magnus Linklater said to me, they're going to eat you alive. And then I said, well, it doesn't matter. I come from London. I think I can probably just survive this. Well, just test it out. And of course, he came and has come every year to support this project. Let me say that when I went to Santa Fe with David, and it was David's inspiration that drove us to Santa Fe, we didn't get anything like that type of reaction. Creative Santa Fe, this organization, is a fantastic organization that looks forward, that begins to understand straight away the type of synergies that Bill and Cyndi have been talking about.